Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Real Talk with Reese, the Light After Loss edition. I am super excited. I'm always happy to be here with you guys. I really, really love what I do. I love living in my purpose. I am super purpose driven, and that's actually my passion. And I hope that you guys are living your passion as well. If you're not, holla at your girl. So listen, um, it is August the 2nd, and I am starting the Light After Loss segment, which is going to be a 10-week series. And it's going to be 10 weeks. And after that, I will launch my major platform for the Light After Loss. But I started today, and the reason why I picked this is because today marks almost a year that my son, my handsome son, um, awesome son, wonderful spirit son, my love of my life, my only son, um, my blessing to my life son, the reason that I'm able to flourish in my life. So I really didn't want to start out this way, but this weekend marks one of the most horrific, saddest days of my life. And I just want to give you a little, um, tell you about it, a little background, and we'll get into everything. Um, I was going to Atlanta, and I think I left on the first, or actually might have left on the second, because today is okay. I think I left on the 1st of August, and I always fly because I like to get there quick. I'm over driving. I will drive, but this was a major event. I'm having one of the biggest, huge events, and the name of the event just flew out of my head, right? Probably because of the emotions that are going through me right now. But when I tell you this is one of the biggest networking marketing events in Atlanta, and it is one of the major business sororities, and marketing gurus were in the building. QVC, the NFL, all the Deltas, the AKAs, all the sororities were there, but all businesses were there. This is a top notch. You had to pay something between $1,000 to $3,000 just to be a vendor there. Okay, I had an exclusive, by the grace of God, I had an exclusive invitation. I put my heart, my soul into my candles, because I'm going to represent my candles. I was going down there for a love yourself, as you can see, and this is a one of a kind painting. Shout out to Lavita Swoop. Um, my candles make you feel good. She not she. I was going down there to represent my candle brand. I'm going down there. I'm launching. I have just put my soul, my heart. When I tell you, I put my everything and my money. I'm talking about I spent big money, big money, big money, and I I had to drive. Okay, I had to drive because I had products, and the candles are heavy, guys. Like it's no joke. Like when I ship big orders, it's definitely I have to raise up the shipping costs because the shipping is huge. But I mean, stellar. This is my new. I'm launching my new brand too, meaning my new logo, my everything, and it was the manifestation line that I have now. I'm talking about stellar labels looking good. My sister in love decided to go with me at the last minute. And I convinced her that we will have the time of our life because it was her birthday, which is today. Happy birthday, Shonda. Today is my sister's birthday. So I convinced her, ride with me, go with me. I was like, and it's not going to be all about business. It's going to be your birthday too. So this is her birthday. Okay. It's her birthday, which is today, actually. And we drive down there, y'all. Let me just try to speed it up a little bit. When I say the most, we had so much fun driving down there. Them 10 hours went by like nothing. Um, we get down there. Yes, you do have to love yourself. I love you, Cat. So I love me some Cat. I came to me, Cat and James, man, we changing the world real soon. I can feel it in my spirit. But that's a little side note. But we go to Atlanta, we drive down there, y'all. When I tell you, oh, and I also because anytime you're around me, I love you, and I know you love me because that's I'm being real intentional about who I deal with. Um, I don't care if it's about me. It's gonna be about you too. So I tell my sister she can bring. She's the celebrity blingologist. So she brought her football helmet she had just did, which is exclusive. She brought some Cleveland Brown stuff. I let her put that on the table too. Okay, and then she just had two items: a football helmet and this laptop that was amazing. I darn near sold out. I mean, and the only reason why I didn't sell out is my mother wanted me to leave some candles there for her people that want to get candles. You guys, it was the most amazing It was 3 days. I was wore out. By the third day, I'm done because, of course, my family's in Atlanta, so I'm working till late at night and it's from the morning, and it's constant traffic. I mean, we were working. People were. I was overwhelmed with the feedback from what I was getting back from my candles. My sister laid that table out. When I say it looked like I had a whole store sitting on top of a table. She had an NFL person come up to her that works for the NFL. They wanted to get custom made helmets for a couple of NFL players. I had the lady from QVC come up to me and tell me that she wanted to put me on QVC. And I mean, we both were on the highest high. I mean, I hadn't been this high when it came to my business ever because I launched my new logo. I came back out with my new product brand. It's stellar. I'm talking about people were walking in the building on the other side going, "What is that smell?" And I was selling like crazy. People were stopping by. I made so many amazing contacts. My sister got and there's somebody from the NFL that comes over and say they want her to connect with to work with them. We're on the highest high. I also get to see my mother every day. I literally get to leave and see my mother. That's like one of the highest highs, right? So my family, my cousins come down. I love them. Cousin Shell, cousin Keisha come down. They come and spend time and visit. My friend Faye, love Faye. Um, she comes out. People are coming out to see me. It was my mother's friends. It was just amazing. It was amazing. Now, granted, right before I left, my son decided to move home. Okay. He decided to move back home. He had just whatever he was going through with his girlfriend. I was walking out the door and he was bringing stuff in, and I was like, "Okay, son, have fun." He was smiling. He was so happy. Whatever. So he was having fun there, and I was having fun in Atlanta. I get to fast forward. We getting ready to pack up. We done had the time of our life. We on the high. We can't wait to get back and connect with QVC. She can't get wait to connect with the NFL. We are so happy. I get a phone call, and my phone call from my daughters was the worst phone call ever. And they're telling me that my son is begging. They call 911. He can't breathe. He's not breathing. They're holding him. I'm yelling on the phone, "Jalen, hold on, please, Jalen, hold on. Hold on, son. Like you don't you dare. You just hold on." And I'm begging Jalen to not leave this earth. Don't you dare. Leave this earth. Don't you do that. I'm begging him. And they're telling me that my daughters are screaming, they're running around, the paramedics are there. And when I hung up that phone, because they were like, "Okay, we're leaving," I knew then my son was gone. I knew he was gone. I knew that was it. That was it. And I just kind of went into this place where I just, in my mind, I thought all I got to do is get back to Cleveland. If I get back to Cleveland, I told everybody, you tell them doctors, don't nobody do anything, because when I get back, I can touch him. And when I touch him, he'll come back to life. Like, I believe that you guys, you would not believe like what a mother's love, like what you feel inside is an out of body experience, especially with a mother that had that connect. So I got in the car. Everybody's like, you can't drive. I'm driving. I got to drive. I got to get back. I got to get back. I was scared if I caught a plane to get back that they would cancel the flight. In my mind, I just got to get there. I'm 10 hours away. Really, y'all, I'm 10 hours away. And I thought that you guys, my cousins jump in the car with me, my sister's in the car. We jump in the car and I drove because I said if y'all don't get in now, you gonna get left. I just started driving. I drove back. How? Because I'm in my mind, I'm about to go back and save my son. All I gotta do is get to Cleveland. There's no way that God will take my son. So fast forward, I got back and that didn't happen, right? I get back and the realization that Jalen is really gone was unbearable. A blood clot took him out just like that. And when I say my son, you had to know him. And he, amazing son. Like you don't get sons like this. You don't get children like this. Like he was special. He was my big teddy bear, my bodyguard. He was 6'2", 250 pounds, just full of love. Like he was that he had I realized God had to make him that big because he had that much love to put in him. He needed to be in the big body because he was that much love. I did not know this was going to start off like this, but so I went in a dark place. I went in a dark place that I would wish on my worst enemy. I've lost people. I've lost grandparents. I've lost best friends. This loss was something unbearable. And I laid in my bed for months and I drank and I ate. Y'all, I had just went 110 days. 110 days. And this is why I have to say this. It's the journey. It's the journey. And the reason why it was important for me to do the light after loss for people is because I understand and I know what God put in my life to help other people. Because when I look back at it and I look at everything I was doing up to the time that Jalen was gone, I was being prepared. And that's really why I wanted to do the show. You have to listen and be really living in your God given purpose. You have to listen to your soul when it's pushing on you to do something. Because you guys, right before I did that, before Jalen passed, 110 days, I decided to not eat meat. I decided I'm doing fruit and vegetables, no more meat. I'm going to go into this place. And I said, I'm doing it for discipline. At that time, I said, because I had just lost my job and that was a whole nother story, right? I had just lost that. I said, it's time to pick yourself back up. Okay, you lost $500,000. Okay, you lost your job a year and a half before retirement. God got something bigger and better for you. Smiling. Okay, let's get to it. I'm gonna get to it. Always trying to be this positive light, right? I said, it's time to get deep, Tanya. It was this overwhelming feeling in my spirit. Get deep, get disciplined. Something told me that it was I said, this keeps coming up in my spirit. I'm doing it. Plus, I'm about to be 50 and I was coming out the ceiling. Okay. 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 So listen, I had two things going on. It was time for me to reinvent myself. And then number two, I'm about to have this big 50th birthday party where I was coming out the ceiling. Beyonce ain't had nothing on me type of thing. Okay. So I wanted to lose weight as well. 110 days, no meat, no nothing. While I'm doing that, I'm meditating, I'm praying harder. I'm at the lake, I'm grounding myself. I'm hugging trees and putting my feet in the ground. I'm like getting deeper with my connection to my soul. And I need you to understand that my soul, we get caught up in our mind, but our soul is what really leads us, not your mind, your soul. Your thoughts come in, but what does your heart say? We always be like, I can't listen to my heart because my heart made me make bad decisions. No, that's wrong. Your heart actually is, this is where your decisions should come from. Your heart trains your mind, not your mind training your heart. I started listening to my heart. My soul said, get in shape, and get in shape mentally. Get ready. I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready. God is telling me to get ready. I'm about to get ready for this big thing that's coming. I knew something big was coming. I felt it. I felt good, y'all. I was here we go. Time of my life, got these big thing coming in. And then when Jalen passed and I lay in my bed, and I'm not a drinker, y'all. I get drunk real fast. I drink. I just not a drinker. Like, if you coming over here, then I'll say, what you want to drink? I got to go to the store and get you something because I'm not going to just have it in my house. I was drinking, I was smoking, I was crying. That's what I did. I was just laying in my bed. And what do people do? They don't know what to do. Everybody loves Jalen, and nobody saw me like this in this dark place. I gained 50 pounds in 6 months. Can you imagine? That's deep in it. Because I wasn't eating meat or food. So I'm eating steaks, burgers. I mean, if somebody brings something, I wasn't even hungry. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so sad. I couldn't do anything but cry and think to myself, God, I thought that I've been doing worshiping you. I'm like a leader in the community. I got you, y'all. I'm a 3-time bronze winner or awardee or whatever you want to say. They gave me the bronze medal 3 times. The president of the United States for my work in the community. Okay, Obama. Okay, I have this. So I'm sitting here thinking I'm a good girl. I ain't perfect now, but why would you do this to me? I kept thinking, why? Why would God do this to me? You just hit me hard, but if you know me, me and my kids like this, we locked in. My family is like that's my everything. My son fought already. I healed him for mental health. He went through a battle his junior year in college. Out of the blue, he all of a sudden had a mental illness. I fought tooth and nail and brought that. We fought together. He beat it, y'all. He beat it. He was in a mental health facility, everything like out of the blue. He was this football player his junior year here at Youngstown. All of a sudden, he had this mental health. We beat that, baby. He had went strong with no episodes for 5, almost maybe 6, almost 7 years. He you he had just lost 50 pounds. He was in a shape. He had his own business, Black Sheep business. And he named it Black Sheep because of his mental health, he wanted to show that you might come off looking like you a black sheep, but I am somebody. And he had created a whole program to show people it's okay to say you had a mental health issue. If you met him, you would never know. We fought. You know what? I fought. I said, really, God, you made me go through all that fighting. We did all of this. He's living good. I'm living good. I done went. I'm at the peak. Like I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? But and then you gonna give me this, and I couldn't understand it. And I had said I'm done with life, and I meant it. I meant I was dark. I was done for what? What am I gonna go on for? What my son is gone. You got me messed up, Jesus. You got me messed up, God. You cannot. It's nothing. I don't have nothing to live for real. But I did because I had 3 girls. I still have my 4 girls. I still had to be their mother. And then one day I woke up and I thought to myself, I just had this feeling and said, I wonder, Jalen's probably not feeling good about looking at us crying every day. Me and my girls, we crying every day. And I start thinking of how I might be hurting his feelings. It just came in my spirit. Am I hurting Jalen's feelings? Because my son did never, I couldn't. If I was sad, oh, he couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle I'm sad. He couldn't handle when I was mad. Anything go wrong, he internally like he didn't like it at all. And he couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it. It wasn't about liking it. He could not handle it. He would just get so hurt and upset if I was ever hurt. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he probably tried to go up in the club and kick it up in heaven, and he can't even focus because I'm down here laying around, rolling around, killing myself because that's what I was doing. I was killing myself. I'm gaining weight. 50 pounds in 6 months is a lot. That's so unhealthy. And I'm a very healthy, although I'm a thick, healthy woman, I've never had high cholesterol, diabetes. I've never had I don't have female issues. Most women have female issues. Most women have some kind of something. I hadn't even I haven't I'm 50. I haven't even went through menopause. You know what I'm saying? I'm really healthy woman. I'm blessed. On both sides of my family, they have certain things I've never had to go through. I'm healthy. I'm about to tear myself up. I got to get myself together. So I said, get up. I started taking walks. I started praying and I started thinking, there's got to be something here because I do believe in God. I do have faith, and I thought to myself, everything that God gave me. I started listening to my life, and I started going through. Okay, I definitely had some things happen to me as a little girl that a lot of women go through. I recovered from that. I was able to share that with other women who've been through, may have been touched or the wrong way. I was able to help them get through that. I my dad was on drugs for a long time, so I ended up growing up as a child with a parent with as an addict. My daddy got clean. I got him through that. I got through that. I now am able to help people who have parents that have addiction and they have to still, get through the trauma of that. Got through that like a G. I had a baby at 19 in college, came out with a master's degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, came through that, no problem. Okay, got married, had the white picket fence, divorced after 27 years. Got through that, baby. I done came out with Real Talk with Reese Candle Line. I'm kicking it. Men out the they was hanging all out the windows for a sister. Okay, that was not a problem. I was living my life. I got through the divorce. Okay, and now I can help people. I end up helping so many women, and that's where my coaching purpose program, purpose coaching came from. I got through that. Then I realized, hmm, I lost my job and lost $500,000 and a job right before retirement. I was about to retire. I worked on it, perfect attendance. Boom, got through that. And I started looking at it. I said, every time I got through something, I lived it. It was in my purpose. I share what I go through, and because God puts it in my spirit. I said, oh shoot, it's not about me. It's not about me. I'm like, I believe 1,000,000% that there's always a light on the other side of darkness. I believe it. The reason why I believe it because I've lived it. I've lived it. Okay. Um, and it hit me one day. I said, you got to get up. And if you, because I'm thinking, if you don't get up and live in your purpose, you really gonna have a problem. Number two, what is are you just gonna lay here and just fall apart for the you got a long life to live. And you can't leave these kids. I cannot leave my daughters. They already devastated, heartbroken, and I'm not gonna do that to them. I can't. I gotta help my mother. My mother, y'all, I gained 50, she lost. I don't know if she lost 50. She looked like she did. She was sunk in, she was just so little. I was terrified. I was waking up every day begging God, please don't take my mother. I was sick. Please, when I say every day I was begging God because I she we were both sick. She was getting sick. I said I can't lose my mother. I gotta help her. I gotta help my daughters. And I said, well, hell, you gonna have to get up. You gonna have to get up, and we gotta figure out what's on the other side of this darkness. Some kind of way. There's got to be a light. And I ended up getting this phone call from my awesome friend, and she's been on this show, and we And James doesn't know, so I'm gonna talk to him. But me and her want to do a every Friday show that we're gonna do together. Dr. Ariel Watkins, and she called me one day, and I was at Starbucks, running my transportation business, and I'm going through the line to get me some coffee so I can stay up because I got to drive. And she calls me. She was like, "How you feeling today?" I said, "Awful." And I busted out crying. I said, "I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to get up, Oreo. I'm trying." I said, I'm up today. I'm doing the best I can." And she said, "I need you to take this class." So I took this class. Go through that real quick with Natalie Bouchard. And this class, y'all, she $20,000 a month to take her. Okay, she's a multi-millionaire coach. She's studied under Bob Proctor. Look him up. The late Bob Proctor. She worked with Joe Dispenza. Like I'm not about to drop all these names. I say Bob Proctor. Everybody under that, you already know. She's worked with big names. She's done one of the biggest TED talks. Multi-millionaire, powerful speaker. And she said, "There's a class that I think I might be able to get you in." I sent her, she said, "DM her and I'm going to tell her about you." And I said, "Girl, I don't have no money for that because I'm going to be honest. I had to pay for my son's funeral out of my pocket because I lost my job a year before. And I paid for his, just so you know, just throw this out there real quick as a tip. I paid for life insurance for 23 and a half years straight. When I lost that job with AT&T, I lost all of that. I hadn't wrapped my head around putting things back in order yet. I was still trying to figure out how did I just lose this job. I didn't even think, y'all, to go run back out and get life insurance. It was on my plan to do, but I was going to do it when I got up, whatever, don't matter. The bottom line is I had spent my savings, everything, burying my son, everything. So I don't have money to spare to take this $20,000 class. I DM'd her. She sent me a message back and said the free spots that I have, or it was closed out, whatever. She said I was late, and that was it. Next thing you know, the next day she sent me a message back and said, "I'm gonna open it up for you." Something in my spirit led me to tell you this. What? First of all, I'm shocked she's responded to me. So I'm like, something to her. I'm like, "Oh my gosh." She was like, "There's something about you, something in my spirit." So anyway, I got in her class. And as I go through her class, the whole class, you guys, was about getting getting understanding things about your journey, understand everything that I had just said. I had just said, "God, you keep putting these things in my life. It's got to be about the journey. It's okay. There's something. Okay, there's got to be a light on the other side. Okay, okay, all right. Let me try to be obedient." And then I get in the class, and the whole class was not about grief. It was nothing to do with grief. It was about you individually getting closer to your soul and understanding that life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Deep, right? Things that I knew, but it just went deeper. I took her class and it just gave me life again. So, one of the biggest things of going through grief is you just sit in it, you don't know what to do, and you've got to be strong enough. I went back to you 110 days didn't eat meat. You got discipline. All of the things that I was learning, I started going through my notes, you guys. I take notes when I was doing that 110 days, and I started reading the stuff that it was deep, the things that I was saying in my notes. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, shoot." I was like, "I'm supposed to share this with other people." And I'm going to tell you, so many people reached out to me that lost their child or lost a loved one, but mainly a lot of people who lost their child. And when I tell you those people are 10, 20 years ago, they lost their child. 5 years ago, they lost their child. 15 years ago, I mean, there's a lady that she's sickly. She looks so old. I aged in a year. I totally aged, and I really feel like I just got my glow back a couple of months ago because that grief, it'll kill you. It'll take over you. Well, you guys, what I started looking at is that these people are not living. They can't live. They can't get out of it. They don't know how. They're not living. And it started making me feel sad for them. And I'm already sad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not the same person. They're not living. And I thought to myself, I don't want to be that person. I have to still live. I have people that depend on me. I had clients that were I was coaching, and also I gotta stand on my name. My name is Purpose Coach Tanya. My my whole thing is my candles make you feel good, and my passion is that I believe that happiness and love is the answer to everything, and that anything put in your life, you create your own journey. So if you gonna create your own journey, you got to create yourself up out of this darkness. I said, let's go. Did you think that I just got brought and it clicked, the light went on? Or do you think, Tanya, who are you? Real talk with Reese, you were just brought to that guy, because my mother be paying attention. I didn't want to use some broken English up in here, but I'm emotional, man. So um, you just woke up and all of a sudden you taking a multi-million dollar course for nothing. Then I got her next level course. And all of a sudden, I started coming back and I said, oh my gosh, this is part, I'm supposed to help people get through this. And I'm going to help people get through it as I help myself. Because let me tell you something, this is an unbearable pain that will take control of you. It will stop you, and you will not be able to move on unless you have the tools and the love and the support. Because people gonna look at you. It'll be a year on Wednesday, August the 6th. And I have friends, and I watch them, and they think they hide, and they're not. That if I have a bad day and I bring it up, I can feel like they might want to get off the phone. And I'm not even that person that call you and be like, ah. I'm not even doing that. I might just bring up a memory, and it's weird how people act. You might not get the love you thought you were going to get. People forget about you. You need a lot of love through this, and you're not going to be consistent as you go through regaining your life back from this major loss. I'm not consistent. I'm trying my best, but I was a consistent person. So that can frustrate people. People stop believing in you, and you really need to ground yourself, because you have to do it for you. You can't depend on somebody else to love you through it. I got the most amazing mother in the world. I am blessed. But I can't, my mother can't love me back to through this. I can love my mother back because I can help her with tools. But my mother can't love me back from this. The only thing that can get me back is me understanding why I went through it. That's the birth of loving the light after loss. That is why this was birthed, because I do not want to lose myself. I want to follow what's in my soul, not what's in my mind, what's in my heart. My heart says, girl, for some reason, some gosh darn reason, God put this in my life. And everything else he put in my life, I was able to turn those lemons to lemonade with with a whole bunch of beautiful. I sugar coated that baby like I could make the best lemonade. Let me tell you, give me a ton of throw them lemons at me if you want to. It's coming back. It's the best tasting lemonade you ever had. Okay, I bet I'm able to do that. It's a gift. It's my gift. It's my gift. Thank you, James. I really appreciate that. It's my gift. And I said, you got to follow your gift and you got to figure it out. So here's where the light after loss. Okay. And is today, I just really, every week, I'm not about to be here crying and blowing and going crazy. The next 9 weeks, I'm going to teach you how to shine your light and how to see the light after the loss and the beautiful journey that your life is getting ready to embark upon. It's you are made. If you've been through this, what I've been through, oh baby, you got something so big happening for you. You gonna have to be ready, but you've got to prepare for it. But and the biggest thing is you have to believe it. So I got a couple things. These are the things that I want to say, because I'm not gonna go there. I'll come back. Some just came in my head, but that's a little deep, and I think I should say that for the next show. But these are the things that I would want you to say in the morning if you are losing have lost someone. And let me make this clear. This show is not people who didn't lose anybody. You're going to gain something from here because what I'm going to teach you that there's a light after loss. It could have been you could have lost your house, you could have lost your child, you could have lost your job, you could have lost your man. There's a light after loss. So I'm definitely going to you can use these tools just for whatever it is that you're going through, right? In the morning, I say this, and I try to say this 3 times a day right now, because what I will tell you when you're trying to find that light after loss, it's work, honey. You got to put the work in. You're not gonna just wake up happy. I wake up, oh boy, if y'all let me tell you what we feel when we're grieving after losing a child, and that's the only thing I can tell you about. It is like you wake up with I have a 3-car garage, right? That's how my house is big. I don't know the square feet right now because I can't think of it, but I just say if we had 3-car garage, and it's a big house. It feels like my whole house sitting on top of me. It feels like a boulder is sitting on your chest and you waking up, trying to get up and you trying to breathe and you try, it's like, because you wake up and you think, I'm never gonna get that hug again. I'm never gonna get it. Happy birthday, mom. Happy Mother's Day, mom. I'm never gonna hug my son again. I'm never gonna see him again. And you wake up with these thoughts, and then you gotta immediately you've got to stop. You got to do something to get that boulder off of your chest when you wake up in the morning. You because if you don't, you're gonna be it's gonna be hard. So when I wake up in the morning, I say to myself, and I want you to repeat this and write this down, please. Write this down. I release and surrender to my soul. I release and I'm surrendering to my soul because your soul is always going to tell you that you deserve to be happy. Your mind tells you that you can't be happy and that it's just like somebody be like, I've never been married. They be like, I'm never gonna find a man or I'm never gonna find a woman or like that. That's your mind. Your heart never telling you. Your heart always telling you that you can have love. That's why you desire it so much. Do you realize that? The reason why you want that beautiful love story is because it's in your heart. Your heart's telling you you can have it. Your mind is what puts the doubt. So talk to your soul, okay? So in the morning, I release and I surrender to my soul. Number 2, I believe in my journey and I'm going to keep the faith. I sit there and I say, I believe in my journey. I'm going to keep the faith. I believe in my journey and I'm going to keep the faith. You have to have faith. You have to have faith. If you don't have faith, you just click off of me and click off the world. Just close the world down. Just turn your power off in your life because you're not going to make it. Number 3, I say, I will open up space in my heart to heal. That's pretty big. That's the one I'm going to get close and tell you. You have to open up space in your heart to heal. You have to open up the space. You've got to create space in your heart. You've got it's just a little bit. That's all. I don't have. I got a lot of space that's still not open. I'm working on it, but I had to open up space in my heart to heal. And what does that mean? That goes back to faith. That goes back to I'm gonna put the effort. I'm gonna try. You got to open up some space in there. Get out of that negative mindset that woe is me. I am not a victim. I refuse to be a victim. I don't know why God put this in my well, I kind of know now, but I haven't seen the real reason yet. I haven't seen the big reason. Um, but he gave it to me. And why not me? You gotta look at why not me? Is it was gonna happen to somebody else? And I could be honest, and this is so hard to say, and people think like I'm just saying it. I promise you, y'all, it happened to me because unfortunately, my behind can handle it. I'm like, Lord, what? Who am I? Sometimes I look at myself and say, who am I? Like, girl, who are you? How are you handling this? But I handle it because I love love and I believe in love and I believe that I'm amazing. I believe in my gift. My gift is to May have other people understand that love opens the doors to love yourself and that they're freaking amazing. And if they live in their purpose, they gonna live a great life. If you live in your purpose, you can't lose. So I have to open that space up in my heart because I gotta live in my purpose because I'm not gaining 50 more. Okay. I'm already going down the other way. Shout out to this 14 pounds. Okay. It might be more, but we gonna talk about that. It don't matter what I do. I'm just gonna get healthier, right? Um, Open up the space in your heart to heal. Okay. So the light after loss, it's not a sprint, you guys. This is a marathon. This is something you're gonna work on every day of your life. But your workload is gonna be a lot lighter after you start really getting into it. Okay. And you have to choose the light. You got to choose the light. When you wake up and you feel dark inside, you got to say, I'm choosing the light today. I'm choosing the light today. I'm about to put on that comedy show. I'm about to do something that makes me happy. I'm going to choose the light. You want to know why? Because your happiness is non negotiable. Do you hear me? Your happiness is non negotiable. We're not negotiating your happiness, it's non negotiable. Your happiness is you, your life. It is the soul. It is how you're going to function. If you're not happy, you're not going to make it. Because guess what? On the days that you're not happy, you make bad decisions. That's when you eat bad food or you don't go to the gym or you go have sex with somebody you know you ain't supposed to be having sex with or you don't call off for work. Now you got to figure out how you're going to pay your bills. But you do just make bad decisions when you're not happy. So your happiness cannot be non-negotiable. I mean, it is non-negotiable. And shout out to Natalie. Uh, that was one of the things that I learned from her. I loved when she said that your happiness is non-negotiable. It is. It's non-negotiable. So some of the things that people think, I'm going to share some of this so to see if it hits with you. A lot of people think, and this is one of a misconception, that grief is the only way to stay connected to your loved one. No, they feel that. You feel like if you're not grieving, then I look like I'm not connecting to my loved one. I want them to feel that I feel this pain. Absolutely not. Grief isn't proof of love, it's a doorway to a deeper connection. That's what grief is. Grief isn't has to be horrible. It's a gateway. It's an open door to a deeper connection with your loved one. That's what you got to use your grief for, to connect with them from the soul. I'm gonna teach you that. We got 9 more weeks. This is just an overview, you guys. I'm gonna teach you how to do that. And then feeling, people think also a misconception for people that are in grief is that you feel like if you feel joy that and you let go, it feels like you're letting go of them. If you feel joy and happy again, if you have a good day, it feels like, oh, I'm let go of them. No, 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 no. You didn't let go of them. What you did was you expanded yourself. You expanded your heart, your mind, your soul to feel love again. So letting go is not letting them go. It's expanding. You're letting go of the pain of it. But what you're doing is not letting go. You're expanding. You have to expand your soul because now you got to add something in there. Your soul is growing. It's expanding because you have to let that. You can only connect with them energetically now, and there's a lot of stuff you're gonna digest it for it. Um, and so then you have to know that the only people think the only path forward is suffering. It's not. You can rise in consciousness and you can reconnect with them and come home to yourself. And those are the things that we're gonna do. So, what do you plan on? I had to take some notes because I knew I would be emotional, and I don't want to. As I'm, usually I'm just off the top of my dome, but I wrote these down because I need you to. I want to make sure I get it out because my heart, if you can feel my heart is beating so fast right now. I know Jalen is in his room with me. I know he is. Y'all see how handsome my son is. Y'all see we twins too. Anyway, the light after loss. This is what it's about. The light after loss is a powerful guided method to spiritually reconnect you with your loved one again so that you can feel their presence again. I'm going to help you shift from sorrow to a soulful connection. You get that? I'm going to help you shift from sorrow to a soulful connection. Because at this point, that's all you have. Let's be, you don't have anything else. You got to find that soulful connection. Um, because the way I did this, you guys, I literally, when I was sitting on the floor one day, I just started crying. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I'm not breathing because of grief. I'm not honoring my son. And that was the biggest thing. I'm going to tell you, that is what you need to understand, that when you're in grief and you're having those moments and it feels horrible, it's not the grief, it's the lack of honoring them. One thing that I will show you that I have learned spiritually is that they don't feel good watching you sad. A lot of them don't even are not able to cross over and get where and flourish because they're stuck feeling horrible that you feel horrible and you don't want to put that on them. We got to create a positive soulful connection. I know that's a little deep for you to understand, but we're going to get through that in 9 weeks and you're really going to understand it. So I know it started off a little emotional. It started off a little rough. I had to give you the history in the background and so that you can understand where we're going. There is a light after loss. There's a light after loss. And you're going to have these days that feel awful. And you're going to have these days that feel good. And on those good days, don't you feel bad that you feel good. Don't you do that. You are going to win this battle. I'm going to help you win this battle the best way I can. And I'm doing this because I don't want to stay on the ground either. I want to get up. And when I tell you it's one of the hardest things that I've ever done in my life. Getting a master's degree, getting my bachelor's degree, having a childbirth, having twins. Yeah, I carried twins, okay? That was no joke. No C-sections. They all they come up out of here the right way, right? I had all of them. That was no joke, okay? Um, Going through a lot of different things in my life. I got through all of them. I got through all of it. And I got through all of it because the gift that God gave me was that I understand that my happiness is non negotiable. That if I can change one person's life, and that's all I would like to do, then I'm doing what God wants me to do. And I want this world to be a better place. I'm sick of all of this negativity. I am tired of all this darkness. I'm trying to live in the light, baby. Unless I went to sleep, I need the lights on. I want to feel the light. I want to look up the ray of sun. I want to feel happiness. This world needs it. It is so dark. We don't need any more darkness. And I need you to understand that you will get through this. Again, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna love on each other and make sure the people around you really care. And people, here's the side note for all of you who think that you're being supportive. Really be supportive. You don't have 5, 10 minutes to actually listen to somebody that's going through it. I don't care if they called you 10 times that week. They haven't, it's no joke what we are going through. Like, give them that love. And if they're having a great time and they might having a wild moment, don't judge them on that either. Let them go through what they're going through and go out of your way to give somebody some love that you know really needs it. They really need it. They really, really need it. Okay. So I love you. And I want you to love yourself. And we're going to get through there because guess what? There's a light after loss. See you next week. Love you guys.